The phone is still buzzing, the emails are still coming because it is the season of IPL retention, releases, and trading. The deadline is still a few days away, but it's all heating up. The franchises are locked in serious negotiations, some of them, not most of them, and why that happens is what we'll explain in the course of this video. Now, the IPL as an ecosystem has still not warmed up to the idea of trading. Why that is the case? Because there's a mega auction every 3 years. So every franchise gets that opportunity to press the reset button and fix the flaws which they would have encountered in the cycle gone by. That is why you haven't heard of or seen high profile trades happening in the IPL ecosystem. One trade which comes to mind is the Hardik Pandya Mumbai Indian deal. When Hardik Pandya went back to Mumbai Indians from Gujarat Titans, and RCB did an all-cash deal with Mumbai Indians for Cam Green, which allowed MI to free up their purse and have that Hardik Pandya transaction. Now, why does that happen? Because most of the franchises have still not warmed up to the idea of trading. They still haven't warmed up to the idea of navigating resources, switching personnel just to boost their squad before every season. They look at continuity, they look at stability. A lot of commercial value is riding on these players. That is why they look at least a 3-year cycle, which ends with the mega auction. So right now we are in the second year of this ongoing cycle. That is why we are hearing of a trade. And this time it's another high profile trade. After Hardik Pandya, probably the Sanju Samson situation, which is in discussion with a lot of franchises, Delhi Capitals we mentioned earlier, then Chennai Super Kings right now, then approaches to KKR and all that jazz. We'll discuss that later. But even when the trading is happening and the teams are locked in negotiation, there's something called repositioning which happens at every franchise. Now, why that is important? Because a player could feel overvalued or undervalued by what he's contributing to the franchise. Say, for instance, X player by his contract is supposed to participate in 3 to 4 commercials every year, and he ends up doing 8 to 10. So he feels that his commercial value is slightly less than what he's getting. Say if he's getting 4 crores and he's contributing in commercials and all, where he feels that his value could be 6 to 7 crores, then a commercial agreement is signed where you get compensated for what you're doing for the franchise, you compensated for being the face of the franchise, and that is where the entire repositioning discussion comes into picture. And that is what is happening actively. A lot of Indian cricketers are right now in discussions with the commercial teams of every franchise, evaluating what the season has been, what they can do for the upcoming season, the brands in picture, what's happening at the ownership level. Now RCB are already in talks regarding a sale, which we've already told you in that TimesOfIndia.com report that they could well have a new owner before March 31st, 2026. So a lot of things are happening, and that is where repositioning comes into play. That is where a player tries to get the best value out of the franchise, and that is why this period becomes very critical. Now, it's not a blackmail thing which is at play. You know, one would wonder कि अरे यार ये अभी इसीलिए बात कर रहे हैं कि अगर कोई टीम नहीं मानेगी then they'll ask to be released. It's not that, and it's not that simple, because we have seen in the past that there have been instances where plenty of players where they ask themselves to be released into the auction pool, and as the auction dynamics unfold, the sale and the sale demand and purchase dynamics come into picture, you end up getting less than what you were actually getting at a franchise. That is why a player right now is still very wary of going back into the auction pool. That is why you are seeing active negotiations underway for Sanju Samson. That is why you saw negotiations underway between KKR and Delhi Capitals for KL Rahul, because no one wants to leave anything by chance. So that is why this is a very exciting period. The next few days are expected to be like this. So you keep watching TOI Sports, like, share and subscribe, hit the bell icon to stay notified, because all the transfer updates, all the release updates, all the retention updates, you will find it here. So don't go anywhere.